Today we're going to continue on where we left off from yesterday. Yesterday I was telling you we're going to be working on using two types of foam to kind of show what happens with the different types of plates. So we have ocean plates. That's the plates that are underneath the ocean. We've got continental plates. Those are the ones underneath the continents. And they act a little different. And we'll explain that in a little bit. First thing I want to do, though, is download this document that I'm showing here from the attachments. Send that to Schoology, send it to Notability. And we're going to just take a quick look at that to see what's going on here. So in the class, people were in different groups. So I'm going to show you everything. So the first one I'm going to show you is plates that are moving together. Okay. And then on the other pages, we have plates that are moving away from each other. And the third page is plates that are sliding past each other. And you can kind of pick one of those, not one of these documents, but you can pick one of the situations I'm doing and then fill in these documents in Notability. So I'm going to do continent versus continent, continent versus oceanic, and then oceanic versus oceanic. So you can kind of pick one of those situations that I'm going to do, fill this in, and then follow the directions in Schoology. So let's take a look what we have here. We've got a container of water. It's going to replicate, it's kind of like the Earth. We got water in here that's going to be kind of like the magma. And then we've got white foam. It's slightly thicker, but it does float higher on the water, so it's like right on the water. The black one kind of sinks in a little bit. So the white one's going to be our continental crust, our black one's going to be our oceanic crust. And what we're going to do is kind of go through all the situations here. So first I'll start with continental, and we will go with the pushing together. So on your first document, I want to also go through some of the questions. So if we go back to the first page here. So how did the plates themselves change? And was one different from the other, or did the same thing happen to both? So as you watch the video, what's happening to the plates, and is one plate doing it and not the other? If one plate is acting differently, which one is it happening to? So you want to kind of document that there. And I'm going to be doing these about 5 times for each one, because different things happen each time, sometimes. So if different things happen, kind of document that here. Also, we're going to look at what happens to the water, which is kind of representing the mantle here. Also, we're looking at what happened along the edges as the plates moved, and anything else that we might see. Okay, so going back to our container here. So we're going to do plates moving together. We'll start with 2 continentals. So all I'm doing is I'm just kind of pushing gently from the side here. And you can see they came up. Okay, going to do it again. So kind of jot down as you go through. You can pause the video and kind of fill this in. So we'll do it again. But that one, the one kind of went on top of the other one. Again, it kind of comes up and then goes on top of one. Again, coming up and going on top. One more time. And I got another one where they just both stayed up. Okay, so that was continent versus continent. We're going to switch out to a black one. We'll do the same thing. Actually, I'm going to switch up. I'm going to go to, let's finish one whole session. So that was going together. So if you went to the second page, pulling apart, pushing back together, pulling apart. You can see that there's a gap here now that would have magma. Pulling apart. So I'm not going to do it anymore because it's doing the same thing over and over. So that was the second page where plates are pulling apart from each other for continental crust. Finally, we have one where we're slipping past. This would be the third page. We have slipping past. I'm going to hold one down so it doesn't keep moving. And I'm going to go here. And you can kind of see it's kind of sticking like these bumps are kind of catching. There's gaps here where it's not matching up right. It's kind of stuck there. I have to kind of push to get it to move now. There we go. Okay, so that's continent, continent. I'm going to take one of the continental crusts out. We're going to swap it out with a oceanic. So if you want to do this one instead, that's okay. But now we're going to do the three things again. We're going to do pushing together, pulling apart, passing each other. So here is the pushing together. Okay, you can see the foam is kind of bending. It's actually rising up here in the middle, and it's kind of bending. Try it again. Again, it's kind of rising up there. So right over here, you can kind of see it's going up right there. Try it again. Same thing again. At this one time, the black foam went underneath the white foam, so the ocean crust went underneath the continent crust. Again, again, went underneath. So it kind of rose up a little bit and then went underneath. We'll do one more time. And again, went underneath the continental crust. So that was going towards. We'll do away. Okay, so there's away. Again, we got magma in the middle. I'll push them together, and now I'm just going to pull them apart. This is what we want to see. We want to see what happens when we pull plates away. Again, we get a gap. One more time. We get a gap. Last one is pushing side by side. So I'm going to hold one down here so it doesn't move. And I can tell you it's kind of the same thing again. These edges, because they're not straight, they're kind of catching. So it kind of like sticks and then it kind of goes past. It's not very smooth. They're kind of like your knuckles kind of getting stuck in each other. I just got to get my camera right here. So it's kind of like this. They're kind of catching and then they slip. Last one. That was the last one. So that was the continental and oceanic crust. Last one we have to do is oceanic, oceanic. Okay. So we've got, if you're doing this one, this is the first page again of the packet. Again, you only have to do one of these. You can do ocean, ocean, crust, continental, continental, or you could do the oceanic, continental. So let's put these together. Let's just flip this over. There we go. Okay, so pushing together. This one is bending up. And actually this one's starting to bend a little bit, but this one bent up more. Try it again. Okay, bent up again, and also there's some magma water coming through the divide right here in the middle. Try it again. This one again is bending up with some magma in the middle. Again, same thing. One more time. Okay, I'm getting the same thing each time there. We want to have them pull away. So I'm going to put them together, separate them, very much like the other ones. Put them together. This is what I want to see now. I want to see them separate. Again, we have some magma or water in the middle. Finally, we have our side by side. So I'm going to kind of hold one. This is a little harder because this is a little more flexible. So I'm just going to hold this one here. And again, you can kind of see where the gap is forming. You can see the silver of the pan coming through. So sometimes you can see a lot there, and then when it slides past, it kind of catches. And then there's a gap, and then there's no gap. So it's not a very easy thing to push these. They're kind of catching. So that was the demonstration that the kids were doing in class today. So again, they only did one. So they either did ocean, ocean, continent, continent, or ocean, continent. and then we were working on a chart. And what I'll do is we'll do that once we have charts tomorrow. So just fill out your diagrams, or sorry, not your diagrams, fill out your documents here. Pick out which one you want, continent, continent, ocean, ocean, or ocean, continent, and fill out the document and submit that.